and that's it. Let me see how many words I have. 64k. Shit. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be taking you along with me to do a writing vlog. If you are new to this channel, I wrote a novel last year November during Nanowrimo. Nanowrimo stands for National Novel Writing Month, and it happens every November. So it's like this event where writers come together and say, okay, they want to write a novel in 1 month. So you're supposed to write 50,000 words in 1 month, and that's in November. So last year I participated, and yes, I wrote my 50,000 words in November. That was my first draft, and then in January I started editing it, and that was what I've been editing since January. So Nanowrimo is coming again, and I want to participate because I have a new idea, and I've been working on this second draft for too long, so I need a firm deadline, and this is exactly what's going to push me to complete my novel. So yesterday I entered my act 3. That's towards the end. That's the climax of the story where the bad guys are fighting and everything. It's mainly like 2 or 3 more writing sessions for me to complete my novel. So just the end, and there are a few scenes in the middle that I skipped. So those are the things I'm going to be working on, but I'm going to spread them over 2 vlogs. So join me as I near the end of my second draft. If you have been enjoying using writing sprints, so I'm using like the Pomodoro technique, that I'll write for 25 minutes and rest for 5 minutes, and I'll do that 4 times a day. So because I want to finish the novel this week, I started using it this week, and I've been enjoying it actually. Like, I don't think I was going to be able to write for 2 hours at a stretch, but I've been enjoying it because I need a firm deadline. And if I finish this week, I'll use the remaining 2 weeks of October and prepare for Nanowrimo. We'll do the first writing sprint now, and I'll come back and update you on my word count, the scenes I'm in, and my headspace where I'm at right now. I think one of the reasons I took so long with the second draft was because I was struggling with the story. I knew what exactly I wanted to say, but I did not know how to properly say it and weave it into the story that it would make sense. I understood why my characters were behaving the way they were behaving, but the story was still feeling empty. And I was even judging my prose, like the sentences were not even making sense. So I just kept putting it off, even though I had given myself a deadline. And it was just last week that I sat down to try to journal about why I was feeling this way about my writing. I think it just had to do with the fact that you never see an author's first draft, you just see their final draft. You don't see the mistakes that they made, the struggles that they made. Like, you just see the published work. And my own writing was messy. I was like, why is my own not... why is it not good? Like, do you understand? Like, I'm loving writing so much, and like, it was a struggle basically. And seriously, as I was journaling, I was able to arrange my thoughts about the matter. And even though I know this, like I've known this like forever, I just decided to remind myself that just because you're passionate about something doesn't mean that you will not have bad days or bad weeks, and doesn't mean that it's not for you or that you should give up. Okay, so I just finished my first writing sprint. I'm very excited. I was at 900 words. So now I'm at 800 and something. So I just like 900 words or so. What I just did in this scene, I added an Easter egg. You know, like how Marvel does it. Like, if today's movie is about Spider-Man, they'll add Doctor Strange. That's what I've been doing throughout my story. So I've been adding characters that I've written, that I plan to write. It's like just to be sprinkling Easter eggs. What I did is that she entered a keke in this scene, and the person that is driving the keke is the boy that I wrote last year. In the novel that I wrote last year, the main character was a keke boy. So in this scene, she entered a keke, and she's describing him. He's like very fair, and he has one bad eye. So if I'm not going to publish that book, but if I publish that book and somebody reads the 2 books, they're like, okay, this keke boy looks like the keke boy from that story. So like, she gives him 2k, like it's like a 200 drive and everything, and he's like very excited because I've not edited that story that I wrote that last year. It's still in its first draft, and it was not as comprehensive. So in that story, I'm going to add this lady that she gave him 2k when he badly needed to fix his keke, that kind of thing. So I just like sprinkling those Easter eggs. I'm using this is like my 5 minutes break to just update you on everything that is happening. So this next thing that I'm about to write now is like the main cocoa, the climax, the good guy versus bad guy drama, all those kind of things. Are like, so she's going to fight, and this girl, okay, thank God she has gone to martial arts classes. She did martial arts classes in the East. I can't remember the exact state, even though I wrote it in my story. But the person that she's going up against is not in her level. I'm going to drink water and just like relax my brain and set up again for the next 25 minutes. Then I'll come back and update you. But before I update you, you know I said I was going to give my beta readers my second draft August 1st. I actually gave them the second draft. It's just that I did not give them everything. So I only gave them half, like Act 1 and Act 2.1. Then Act 2.2 and Act 3 is what I'm working on since that August. So the plan was that I gave them per week. So August 1st, I gave them Act 1. So within that 1 week, the people that finished, people that not finished. So they will not give me back their feedback. The next week, I gave them Act 2.1, and they gave me back their feedback. So as I'm writing, I'll just give you a voiceover of the feedback they'll be giving me and what I plan to do to take in their feedback. My beta readers had mostly good feedback when I gave them the story, just acts 1 and acts 2.1. I put in a lot of suspenseful elements that made them want more. Like, they were asking so many questions about the story. Like, what's happened? What happened? What happened? So I am happy about that. But I also had 5 beta readers, and they gave me a lot of things that I should improve on the next draft. So some of them did not even like my main character, even though I knew that was a possibility because I made her overbearing purposely, because like that was just her character trait. Like, she was just a controlling person. But I also wanted to redeem her and make the reader understand, okay, I understand why she's behaving like this, even though it's not a very good thing that she's doing. They also said that my scenes were jumpy. Like, one scene she's fighting with somebody, the next scene she's at home. I'm like, how did you get it? Like, what happened in between? Like, you don't even know how long has passed from that one scene to that next scene. So you know when you're outlining and you just say, okay, this is going to happen, then this is going to happen next, but you just don't know how to connect those two scenes. So yeah, my beta readers had problem with that. So I'm done with the second writing sprint. I'm at 85,670 words. So that's like 800 words or so. It's happening. Oh my god. So I'm using this scene, you know, this TikTok scene. Veronica, open the door, please. So I'm using that. So like the person is like banging and like, open the door. You're not going to like what I'm going to do if you don't come out. So she's inside and she's hiding. There's nothing to do. So beta readers, I'm going to give them the Act 2.2 and Act 3 because you know the issues that you have with Act 1 and Act 2.1. I need to correct them before I give them the Act 2.2 and Act 2.3, because if I correct them in Act 2.2 and Act 3, they're not going to understand because I not laid the backstory in Act 1. So like there's some things that I needed to have done, like added backstory, so that they're able to understand things. So if I start referencing, oh, this happened in Act 2.2 and I did not lay the groundwork, do you understand? I need to lay the groundwork first. I'm not going to give them the remaining acts. The next time I'm going to be my beta readers, it's going to be from scratch. I'm going to give them maybe the third draft of the story. So basically, that's it. So the scene is there, and like I don't know. I can't believe that. So I'm enjoying it again. Maybe it's I don't know if it's the writing sprint or whether it's me documenting and like telling you about it, because last week I was like, how am I going to write this? Because I really wanted to finish it before Nanowrimo, and I'm like, how am I going to finish it before November? Because it's not a lot, but there's still a lot to do. So after this second draft, I still have a lot of things to do in the third draft, and maybe like the fourth draft. Hopefully that will be just line editing, grammar, punctuation, all those kind of things. So basically that's it. So now we're going to watch one YouTube video or so, then come back for my third writing sprint. Yeah, somebody also told me that I brush over my emotions, like the story emotions. Like when a character is feeling afraid or scared, I'll just say it in like a few sentences and I'll go on to the next thing that's happening. So like they wanted me to like be able to sit down and unpack all those feelings that my characters were feeling. So yeah, actually not, you know, when you're reading a story and the way they manage to say that somebody is angry without saying the word angry. So yes, I'm trying to improve on that. Apart from that, like the other things were minor, like grammar, and I kept on mixing these two children's names. In this scene, I'll call one Chigozie, then next week I'll call the other Chiagozie, then I'll call her Chinedu. One time I even called her an English name, and I'm like, stick to your names. Don't you know your characters' names? So those are the things that they had issues with. At least now I know, and there are a lot of things I have to work on my third draft. I just finished the third and fourth sprints, and I'm on 86,783 words. So 86,783 words. So they took light again, so I'm using this lamp as my fill light. And I would have filmed the fourth sprint, but I could not film it because my phone got low, and let's charge it. Basically, I'm done with my writing sprint for today. And I just introduced the maddest plot twist, at least to me. So I don't know if people will be able to tell the plot twist like ahead, because I've been dropping hints, foreshadowing since the beginning. It's 6,000 words, almost 7,000 words. I would have written more in the fourth sprint, but I ate, and that was why I was eating and writing and going through things. So if you're wondering why I'm writing this second draft, because I'm supposed to be editing, there are some scenes that I've been deleting, like from the very beginning. I've been deleting things that are not useful, things that are repetitive, things that don't make sense. In this Act 3, I have a different plan from what I wrote in November last year. So basically the whole of Act 3 is going. And did I tell you that I was writing in first person before and I changed to third person? I was writing in first person present tense and I changed to third person past tense. So there are a lot of I's, there are a lot of things that have I's and me's and all those things that I don't want again. So I've been removing some things that are not good, and instead of me deleting them because I don't know if I was going to use them again, I decided to keep them at the bottom of the document. And now I'm realizing that I'm not going to use those things again. They're not important. I've been keeping them since January, since I've been editing. I'm like, okay, in case I need to bring the scene or I need to recheck something or those kind of things, I'm going to keep them at the bottom of the document. So they've just been taking space in my document and it's making me feel like my word count is high, but it's not high. So I'm at 86,000 words and I'm going to delete a lot of thousands of words today. And this is actually the final scene in Act 3. So there's no need for them again. I just have two more scenes in the midpoint, the very middle of the book that I need to add. And then the second draft of Oge's Custodian will be done. I counted words and there are 22,000 words that I'm deleting. And I'm like, this is like maybe 30 hours of your life and your brain and everything. I'm like, oh my God, like I'm deleting them. So I just want to like delete them, because you know sometimes you are very scared to delete your work because you spent hours on them, you spent time, you sacrificed maybe social media, you sacrificed watching a movie to write, and now you're realizing that okay, these things that you wrote, they might have been good then, but you have a different plan for the book now, and if you keep them in, it will hurt your book. So sometimes you just need to delete. So I'm just deleting in case anybody has, you know, that there are some things that you know that are not working in your book and you're like, you don't want to delete them. Maybe they were nice but they don't fit the story again, so I'm deleting them now. So I'm going to just take you along. We're going to highlight everything that needs to be deleted and we'll delete them finally. So these are where the scenes that I'm deleting starts from. I use the word Julius because there's no other word like Julius in my novel, and I said okay, let me just put it there so that when I'm looking for where I'm going to start from, I'm going to start from there. So I'm going to highlight everything, pages and pages. You know, this is 128 pages, 273. So that's what I'm deleting right now. So see my hand going down. I need to start again. So I finished highlighting everything. So 22,000 words out of 86,000 words, they are going. So I'm deleting them now. So I'll just press delete now and that's it. Let me see how many words I have. 64k. Shit. 64k. Like my novel is supposed to be 80k words. So okay, that's it for this writing vlog. I think it remains 2.5 more scenes for me to write and then the second draft to be done. So I really want to document me getting to the end of the second draft because it's like one whole year that I've been using to write the second draft. And if you are here to the end, just comment one leaf emoji please, and till next time. So bye bye.